Well, today we have 5 pioneers from around the world, each of whom has tackled the issue of the relationship between humans and robots, and has tackled it in a very different way. We will start today with a good friend, actually 2 friends. Several of them will have 2 friends. So 2 friends, one who's already standing here, and his name is Nao, but I would like to introduce the father of Nao, and his name is Bruno Maisonnier. Bruno Maisonnier of France is the CEO of Aldebaran Robotics. Now, he's the founder of that as well, the first European company specialized in the design and sales of programmable humanoid robots. Now, he graduated from Polytechnique in Telecom Paris, and his career was built on 2 pillars, IT and management of banks. Of course, I have a certain affinity for people who manage banks. But he told me that, in fact, he was just waiting for the various pieces of the technology to reach a stage where it would become a feasible project. And being fascinated by robotics for years, he was closely following the market and its evolution, and then waiting for the right time to launch Aldebaran Robotics, which was founded in 2005. Now, in this new industry, you will learn from him how he learned what people really liked about robots and what people feared about robots, and how he went about it. So please join me in welcoming a pioneer, Bruno Maisonnier.
Many thanks, Ismail, for your kind words. It's impressive to be here with so many people and here in this very mythic place. So 1 second. So we'll speak about robotics. So first of all, what is it about? So here I have a video. Thank you very much. So the robot you have seen here is a platform sold to research labs, sold to education, universities, in order to explore what robotics can bring. And we'll see that later on. One slide about the company. We are a very small European company based in Paris. We are 80 people now working inside the company, 80. It's at the same time a lot and at the same time very, very nothing, very small company. And our robot already exists and our robots already are sold all around the world in 27 countries. We are very proud to say that Japanese people, which are seen as the country of robotics, are buying our robots. And last point, important, we are working very, very closely with research labs, and you'll understand later on why. First of all, why are we doing all that? You know, here you have the pyramid population of Japan, 1950, nowadays, and 2050. So we all know the question. 30 million people less in Japan in 2050, 40% of Japanese population over 64 years old, and 11 people, active population reduced by 11 million people. So a lot of old people, 11 million active people less. So who will do the job? Who will handle all what has to be done to help this population? So it is very important because for Japanese people, robotics is not only a way to demonstrate their technology, it's because it is mandatory. They absolutely have to find ways to solve this situation. And robotics is not the way. There are several ways, it's just one amongst all the possibilities. And which is very interesting is this picture where we see in black, in dark, the countries where the situation is more or less the same. So in fact, robotics is an absolutely huge market. Just one slide about that, and after that we'll go inside robotics directly. Because we are beginning to exist and to sell robots, we have some visibility. And we received about human assistance, a lot of insurance companies asking us to have robots to help old people, to help Alzheimer people, to help people turning blind, to help autistic children. And we have a lot of ways and market for that. We have the same for all what is supervision of goods, home care, premises, gaming activity. And the first one I wanted to speak about is education. Robot can be a very powerful tool for education about computer sciences, AI, interaction between people and robots. But at the same time, something which is very important in our countries, it's a very powerful way to interest young people towards science and technology. If you are putting robots in the hand of 15 years old children or young ladies, you will have a large part of them interested in the future in science and technology, which is one of the problems of our country. But I will speak later on about that. Let's go into design. Why are we doing humanoid robots? There are different robots. You have already seen vacuum cleaner, wheel robots. You have seen different kinds of robots. Why are we addressing and using these humanoid robots, which are much difficult to develop and to handle? The question is, what will they do? If we want a robot to be accepted by an old lady, or by an old guy, or by everybody, we need to have an acceptable robot. If you had a very metallic robot in the flat of an old lady, she will be scared and locked in her room with this robot at the door. So if we absolutely want the robot to be accepted by people, and if we want people to interact with robots, which is, for us, in our opinion, the most important goal of robots, to interact with people, then we need shapes that we are used to interact with. So we've been toward movie and cartoon industry to discover which kind of shapes. If we are looking at this robot, metallic robots, well, it's not very acceptable, it's not very cute. I don't know if we are very keen to communicate with this kind of robot or that kind of robot. So movie activity told us that if we had robots with the shape of childhood, that means large head, large eyes, very low place on the face, short members, so if you have this kind of shapes, it's casting you positive affects. So the shapes of childhood are casting positive affect. That's why what must look like a mouse, a bear, or a robot, in fact, look like, let's say, more or less childhood shape. And that's why people who are doing robots to interact with people are going for humanoid shapes. So this is the main reason. So you recognize some of the robots here. You don't have all the robots. Professor Ishiguro will speak later on about another approach, which is to go for robots looking exactly like people. And this is another approach. There are different ways, different paths. There will be different robots in the future. In Aldebaran, we don't believe that we need absolutely to have robots looking like people. If they have acceptable shape enough, if you find the robot cute, it's enough. You don't need to go for closer shape, closer to people. But as I told you, before having useful robots or entertainment robots, there is still a long way. There are still a lot of things to do, speech recognition, AI, vision, and so on and so forth. So we absolutely need to have labs working on that, and for that we need to have platform. And that's what now is just and only a platform, very easily programmable. You can do a lot of things to do with, but it's a platform helping you to explore this new world. I won't speak about that. Now we spoke about the shape humanoid, so now we speak about body language, which is a very important point too, and for that I will make a demonstration.
Wow, there are so many people over here. Hi everybody.
Thank you.
I am very impressed. But I'm sure we're gonna have a good show. Bruno, are you expecting something from me? Hello, my name is Now. I'm a humanoid robot, imagined and manufactured in France. I come with a software and I'm fully programmable. I'm autonomous and can connect to the internet. Bibliotheca, I can recognize your face, answer your questions, play music, grab objects, and even play soccer like a pro. I've more than 400 brothers of use all around the world, in universities and labs.
So here we just can see that if a robot is moving, it's automatically giving us some hints that for robots, body language is important too. Now it's not enough for robots, we need to have some interactions too. Oh, it's too noisy, sorry. Sorry, it's too noisy, it's not working as I was expecting. Oh, no!
You should not surprise me like that. Well, Bruno always stop me while I've got lot of attention. I'm not his slave. I'm neither a stupid robot who can't speak, like R2D2. Maybe you prefer me to be R2D2.
Yes, I like it.
Okay, you like it. So here is the story.
No, it's not time for the story.
A long time ago. Could someone switch the light on? Someone switch the light on, please. Could someone switch the light on, please? How do you want me to be broke if you keep disturbing me?
Okay, don't worry.
Yeah! I catched you, Bruno. Achoo! That's all what Bruno asked me to show you. You know it. I'm very proud to be here today at the Bibliotheca Alexandria. that it is full of papyrus.
Okay, as for this demonstration, it's just what I wanted to present. I have another thing I will present you. But here I wanted you to see that this robot is able to interact, to receive events, to interact with people. And the question now is just to find the right codes. Because if you are communicating with somebody, you have codes, communication codes. Here, we need to wait the robot to be ready to listen to her, to us when we want him to speak. So we need to have some lightning codes, some things like that. And we have to invent and to discover all of that. So there is really a new field to build and to develop with this robotics. So now I put the robot in another mood where, well, sorry, when he will be ready, he will have white eyes, so I will know that. He will be able to recognize my face, and as soon as he will do that, I will be able to give some other orders.
What do you want me to do?
Famous dance. Okay, he recognized my face, so that's why he asked me what do you want me to do. And now he recognized the words, so he will dance. Okay, so I could do demonstration for hours, but I think it's time. I have other things I can show you, or if you are interested in now, you know, it's a platform for research. So if you are willing to develop things, to explore this coming world that will help our children, our parents, or everybody else, it's very easy. You know how to do that. Many thanks, Ismail, for your help.